Yeah, let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hard.
Oh, it would help if I get myself off of mute. Hey, you guys, happy Friday. Am I good on sound? It would help if I did not, if I took myself off of mute. Can you guys hear me now? Good? Hey, Nina. All right, I'll let everybody come on in. Come on in. Happy Friday. Hey, Rose Gold. Nice to see you this lovely Friday. Y'all, it's the first of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. All right, awesome. You guys hear me? I hear y'all too. Because it's bone, 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 bone. And tell me what you gonna do when there ain't nowhere to hide. All right, you guys, I had a good day at work today. Everything was good. I was so excited to get off of work to get back to this live because, y'all, I am so excited about these pants. These pants are fire. Like, you guys see me do my happy dance. You guys see me do these little so-called shorts, reels. I don't know. But I batch did those all in one day, in one sitting, in about 10 minutes. I was just like, hey, you guys, it's Monday. Hey, you guys, it's Wednesday. Hey, you guys, it's Thursday. Hey, you guys, it's Friday. And then I forgot to post today. My bad. But you guys got the picture, right? So here's the muslin ones that I did 2 weeks ago. And if I made it in a wearable fabric, I would have wore these today to work, honestly, because on Fridays we can wear shorts, right? But these are super duper cute. I'm mad I didn't wear it. I didn't make them in a wearable muslin, but that's what it is. I'm going to show you guys fabric because I know you guys are just wondering, like, Rochelle, what color did you pick? Or what print did you pick? I didn't tell you guys if it was going to be a solid or a print. You don't know what I picked, right? Okay. All right, so we almost there. All right, so I'm not going to take so much time because I told you guys that I'm not going to do slides this time, but your girl lied. Now, you guys know I cannot come in here and just literally go straight to business because we got to put up the slides. But I know you guys are also here for some tea of what happened with Becky with the good hair, because if you missed my video that I did about, what was the video called? Oh, I finally purchased some McCall patterns, right? The patterns that, what was the name of that video? Hold on. I got my little, oh, here it is. Y'all, my little, I call it my diary. It's not my diary, y'all. It's actually keeping up with what my videos were this week. I only posted like 2 videos this week. That's how busy I was at work. It was a busy week at work this week. Because y'all know work got to come first. Because that's what makes my money, right? All right, so that video was, oh my goodness. I finally got the McCall patterns I've been waiting for. That was the name of the video that I posted on Wednesday, right? So that video, I talked about, actually, I had the whole story about the Becky with the good hair, right? And I got a little long-winded, and during the editing process, my husband was like, Rochelle, you went a little long for the video, so why don't you just let them know to come back for the video on Friday and they could hear all the tea. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I could do that. So while I'm cutting, I'll tell you guys the whole story of the Becky with the good hair, because you definitely don't want to miss that. All right, so stay tuned for that. And let's go ahead and dive into these slides, honey. So we could go ahead and get into Becky with the good hair and cut this fabric. All right, so I'm not gonna even ease into this because today is the day that we are gonna go ahead and finally cut into this fabric for McCall's 8632. So let me do my shout outs and let me say hello to everybody. Hello, Donzel. Hello. Who do we have in here? Rose Gold, Nina, Millie, all my regulars, of course. Chevy, Dallas in house. Oh, hey! All right, your pattern came today. Yes, okay. So is that the McCall's 8632? Because if it is, you could definitely be sewing with me. Let's see who else we have. All right, some people we may have that I can't see you if you're not typing anything. Type hello or something so I can see that you're here. All right, so we are finally cutting into this fabric from McCall's 8632. I'm going to share the fabric with you guys here in a second. And if you are sewing, you already know this is the moment that can definitely make or break your project. All right. So I'm going to definitely share my screen so we can get into the quick, like it's not that many slides. And then we're going to go ahead and get into cutting. I'm going to clear off my table because apparently I still got the other laptop on the table because we was doing some work. Because I do 50 million jobs all at once. That's just multitasking, right? That's what we do around here. We multitask. I got other stuff I have to do while waiting on the live, right? I still got other stuff I got to do, right? All right. Hey, Arva. Hey, Ebony. All right, now. All right, so as you guys see, I'm going to go ahead and go through the slides. And we're going to make this work so we can get on over to the cutting of the fabric. All right, so as you guys know, we always get into the check-in. Let me go back one slide. What is going on with my mouse today? All right, check-in. As you guys know, we are on officially week number 8, May 1st, which is actually the final prep, which is cutting into your main fabric and getting ready to sew up your garment. So there's no more, oh, I need to pick my pattern. Oh, I need to clean my workstation. Oh, I need to test the fabric. Oh, I need to measure my pattern pieces. Oh, I need to make pattern adjustment. There's no more planning at this stage. This is go time. Go time means it is time to sew that thing up. We have done all the prep. We have done all the pattern adjustment. We have picked the right size. We have sized it up. We have took our measurements. We have done all the prep in the last 7 weeks. So don't know where you've been, but you've been missing a lot in these last 7 weeks because I've been walking you guys step by step on what I do. What I've been walking you through is literally what I do with every project. It's just not this expanded. I pretty much sew things in a 2-week time frame, and I literally break it down in 2 to 3 days of how I get things sewn. It's just I'm showing you guys how I sew in batches. In several different days. I do not sew one garment in one day. Particularly I don't, but I kind of break it down like this. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share how I am going to put together a suit in several different days in like a whole week. And I'll show you guys how I'll put it together in a whole week of sewing. And it's pretty much the same thing that you guys are seeing right here. Week number 9 is the final construction and the wrap up. It's not gonna be a live next week, but I am going to do a live on the 15th. The live on the 15th is to talk about project number 3. It is going to be a short live. It's not going to be an hour, hour and a half. It's just me coming in, sharing the pattern that I'm going to do for project number 3. That's it. I'm debating on if I want to do a bias cut skirt or if I want to do a jacket to pair with the pants that I am doing right now. To pair with McCall's 8632 to do a 2-piece suit, the pants and a jacket. All right. So I will have a live May the 15th, just not next week because I'm going to be wrapping up, sewing up this pair of pants. All right. All right. So what we're doing today. So today I am going to go ahead and break down. It's just basically recapping McCall's 8632 and cutting into the fabric for McCall's 8632. All right. Hey, Kim. Now, everyone knows that once I cut into this fabric, there is no fixing it. There is no going back. There's no undo button. Y'all know that undo button's called Control Z. There's no undo, okay? We can't go backwards. We just have to press forward and hope that it works out, okay? So that's why I did a muslin, which I did 2 weeks ago, right? And y'all seen me twerk, 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 twerk. Y'all seen all of that, right? Okay, we're not gonna talk about that. Y'all know. Okay, and whatever happens at this point is going to happen. But since I already tested, and that test was like the first version of this pattern, I already know what it's gonna fit like. Okay, so I can always go back to that live and rewatch it and make sure that everything works, or I could read the instructions. Now, because I'm cutting, I have the option of just going back to my own live and rewatch it and do it again, right? Now, am I going to do that? Absolutely not. I'm not going to do that. Just to be honest with you, because I already know what I did, so I'm just going to do it all over again. All right? So, tell me in the comments, or in the chat, I should say, and be honest with me. Have you ever been scared to cut your fabric? Like you had that delicate fabric that it just sat there and you know you needed to cut and you stalled. Have you had that problem? Yes, no, or you cut with confidence, or just pause right here and say, Rochelle, don't call me out. I'm just feeling a little attack right now. Which one are you? A, B, C, or D? Drop it in the chat. Be honest. Y'all know I'm going to come up with some song on every single live. Y'all know that about me. I just break out into a song every single live. I don't know why I do that, but I do. I have some fabric from like, my daughter's what, 16? Yeah, 16 now, right? I think my oldest fabric is at least 14 years old. Let my husband tell you. No, I actually have fabric that's 16 years old. It's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fabric that we're not going to even, I don't even want to talk about this fabric because let him talk about this fabric. I still ain't got my shirt. I still ain't got my shirt. We ain't gonna talk about it. We ain't gonna talk about it. All right. All right. So I see a lot of A's. Okay. I'm pretty sure everybody has. So let's talk about why this matters. All right. So this is not just about cutting fabric just to be freaking cutting fabric, right? This is about making sure what we've been planning is actually coming together. Because over here, we ain't sewing random freaking pieces. You need to be sewing pieces with intention, pieces that's going to do what? Y'all know, stash the wardrobe, earn the freaking hanger, right? So that's what we need to do. You need to be sewing pieces that you can style multiple ways. Will it earn the hanger, which is hashtag stash to wardrobe? What? Earn the freaking hanger. And these pieces, this is supposed to be your staple pieces. So make sure you are sewing pieces that's not one-off, pieces that won't earn the hanger, and pieces that are just these one time. You want to be building a wardrobe that you could just style multiple ways. So let me tell you something. So you guys remember that Know Me pattern that I made probably, well, last month, I want to say about 3 weeks ago, Brittany J. Jones pattern, right? I have worn those pants 3 times and no one knows that I have worn them 3 times. And I made them probably about 3 weeks ago. I wore them 3 weeks in a row. And ain't nobody know that because it's black, right? But it's my prerogative and I can do what I want to do. Just like Bobby Brown said, okay? Okay. But I'm just saying, make a wardrobe, okay? Make wardrobe staple pieces to where they cannot be detected with a black light, okay? That's all I'm saying. Moving right along. All right, so tell me in the chat, are we sewing for outfits or are we just sewing random freaking pieces? Because I need to know, do I see any outfit builders in here or are we just sewing these one-off pieces still? Have I convinced you guys in the last 4 months that we need to be sewing some outfit builders by now or are we still sewing these one-offs? Which one are you? Be honest with yourself. This is a safe haven right here. I mean, you safe to tell me. That's okay. I'm not judging you. I took it from the 2000s to the 90s to the 80s. You may get some 60s and 70s up in here. You don't know what you go get it when you come to one of these lives. You never know. Okay, outfit builder. Okay, Millie's with me, outfit builders. I like it. I like it. Because I think I told the story on one of my videos how I have a lot of clothes and I'm still going through my wardrobe, you guys. So back in 2021, 2022, you guys probably found me from a lot of sew-alongs. I was doing a lot of sew-alongs and I'm still getting back into doing sew-alongs for you guys. And y'all need to thank my husband because he's like, why don't you do a lot of sew-alongs? And I was looking at him like this. What? Y'all don't understand. Sew-alongs takes a very long time. More like, it's not to do them. I don't mind doing them. It's to edit the heck out of these sew-alongs, right? And he was like, why don't you do sew-alongs? Your audience wants you to do sew-alongs. Right? And I don't know, towards the end of last year, 2025, I sat down, my husband and I, we was going through my old videos and he was like, your channel turned into pattern hauls, Joann's. He was like, well, with the downfall of Joann's, I think you need to get back into doing sew-alongs. And I'm going to tell you, my husband is y'all's biggest supporters, for real. I'm telling you, if it wasn't for my husband, a lot of this that I'm telling you guys, it'd be like, what? I'm not doing those sew-alongs. I'm not doing this. But I sat down and I was like, a lot of people probably started following me because instructions and sew-alongs. It's probably what it was that made you guys follow me. So I'm going back to that simply because I could see where it's like, Rochelle, why don't you do sew-alongs? You're very good with doing sew-alongs. And I see it in the chat all the time that you guys want sew-alongs when I do a pattern drop. So that's what I'm getting back to. And the hubby all up in the chat, right? Y'all don't know that. He's probably watching this live right now. And I'll hear it later. Don't be calling me out. But he did. He was just like, hey, you probably want to start doing sew-alongs because there's not a lot of people in the sewing community that does sew-alongs either. So thank the hub, y'all. Thank the hub. He be having y'all's back. For real, for real. All right, so moving right along. Let's do a recap real quick on McCall's 8632 because I will not be doing like a pattern review for McCall's 8632 when I drop on a Sunday, the 15th, when I do, not the 15th, I think it's this, whatever day that is, the 17th or whatever when I post this. So I'm going to be posting this, whatever day that is due, this 15th, the week of the 15th, I'm sorry, the 15th to 17th, between that time frame when I post this, I'm going to do somewhat of a pattern review, but it's going to be more like talking about the backstory of these, okay? And you guys have seen this so many times, so I'm just going to tell you what it is. All right, so the pattern description for these patterns is a semi-fitted, high-waisted fly front pants with flare legs, front pin tucks, and side seam pockets. It includes an optional side button belt with a welt pocket and a tailored modern look. Now here's the thing, that side button belt or whatever that they call, I do not want that for my pants, okay? However, I know you guys may ask me for a sew along for that. If I have enough fabric after cutting out my jacket, I will do a sew along for that, just that by itself, just in case you are interested. I'm saying if, it's an if, because if I don't have enough fabric, because I did not account for that, that what is it called? The side button belt situation on this pattern, I did not account fabric for that because I had no intentions of doing that belt situation. I just wanted to do a jacket and a pair of pants for this, okay? So if I have enough fabric, I will do a sew along and put that separate from the pants, okay? It'll be its own separate video just for view B of this pattern. All right, now that I talked about that, let's talk about the notion. So the only notions that you need for this is a 7-inch exposed zipper. We talked about that when I did the muslin. That's all you're gonna need in a hook and eye closure. So the fabric that I'm using is a polyester gabardine, okay? Yes, it is polyester. Yes, it's hot in Florida. Yes, I know it's a polyester. I know. And you may say, girl, it's hot. I know. And it's called shapewear. It's what I'm gonna be wearing underneath it. I know. I know. And I bought it from Fabric Warehouse Direct for $3.99 per yard with 25% off discount. So it was like $2 and something a yard. So I'm winning. And they're gonna look amazing in this gabardine. They are. You're welcome. And I love you too. Okay? All right. I love how y'all call my husband tech support. All right. Pattern pieces. So this pattern is 9 pattern pieces. You need pattern pieces 1 through 9 for this. I'll tell you when we get over to the table. Ooh, wait. What is this? What did I just do? Wait, what did I just do? How does it have a 3-minute timer? No. Do y'all see this 3-minute timer? I don't know. But anyway. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this 3-minute timer, but we go keep going. All right. Pattern sizing. So the pattern sizing for this pattern is size 6 to 18 on the first envelope and 14 to 26 on the second pattern envelope. The size that I cut for my pants are size 20. And they fit like a glove. I did not have to make an adjustment between the waist and the, I don't think I did. Let me make sure. I want to make sure I'm telling you guys the right. I want to make sure if I cut a size 18 and grade it. Let me see what the waistband was. So for the waistband, I know I cut a size 20 for the pants, but I want to make sure I cut a size, it's either a size 18 for the waistband, and size the hips to a 20, but I'm going to tell you, I cut a size 20 for sure for the pants. So, no, I cut a size 20 for the waistband too. So, the entire thing is a size 20, which gave me a waist of a 34. Because my waist is a 33, gave me a 1-inch waist ease for the waist. And that's at the natural waist, by the way. Just FYI. All right. All right, so I did not make any modifications as you've seen with the muslin. I did not make any modifications to that. And as you guys could tell from The last slide, the instructions are definitely easy to follow. Completely easy to follow. One thing I will mention with the instructions is around the area where it tells you to install the zipper. The zipper installation is the exact same way that you would install it if you go back to Brittany J. Jones' video, Know Me 2096, where she walks you through how to install the zipper. It's the exact same way. So when I got to that step, I just completed doing Know Me 2096. So it was like a light bulb, like boom, I just did the same method. However, I do not like that method of how they tell you, and I'm saying they, not Brittany. It's how Simplicity wants you to install the fly front zipper for this pattern, McCall's 8632. Don't like the method. However, the method works, and the method works for when I did the muslin. So am I going to do it that way for these pants? Yes, I am, because if it worked, it works. Now, if it didn't work, then we would have changed it to my own method. So if it's not broken, don't fix it, right? And it worked out beautifully, and it worked out fine, and it looks good. So we're not going to change it when it looks good on a muslin, right? It's just self-explanatory, right? So that's what we're going to do for this one. All right. All right. So moving right along. So let's recap just real, wait. Let's recap just real quick. What I have done so far, I'm saying for each week, I have already selected the pattern. I have made sure that it fits in my wardrobe, which this one will definitely fit into my wardrobe. I have gathered my materials. I have read through the instructions. I have made my muslin. I have picked the right side. I have fitted everything. I have prepped everything. I'm ready to cut. Okay. So that's just a recap of what I have done so far. Now this pattern right here, has so much potential, you guys, as you guys can see from the muslin. It has the right structure that I was looking for. It has the right shape that I was looking for. It has that clean flare at the bottom. Y'all know, if the flare is off, the entire fit is going to be off. So I have to make sure I get this right, because during the process of sewing this up, I only cut it to the knees, like Bermuda shorts, right? So I have to make sure that this flare is going to be fire. And I plan on pairing these pants with white heels. So with me wanting to pair it with either white heels or nude heels, the flare has to be spot on. All right. So tell me in the chat. Are you team wide flare, subtle flare, or straight leg? Which one would you prefer on pants? Let me know. Put it in chat. Hey, Granny M. I wonder how in the world do you get rid of this timer? Oh, that's wild. I don't even know how to get rid of this. How did this timer come up? That's wild. I'm not even messing with it. Oh, there we go. Okay, I learned how to minimize this timer situation. Somebody said ask tech support. I figured it out. I didn't even need tech support on this one. Millie said ask tech support. My real life sister, y'all, is in the chat talking about go get the hub tech support. Look. I ain't finna bug him. Y'all, he in there doing something, y'all. I don't want to bug him when he already busy doing something. She said, go get the hub. Tech support. I love it. Y'all go start talking about go get TS for tech support. Okay, I like that, Ebony. She said flare on others, but straight for her. Got it, got it. Okay, Grady said subtle flare. All right, so a little bit of mixture of both. All right, I get it. Now, before we even, before I even got here, we already did everything we need to do. But I will say, do not cut your fabric yet. And the reason why I say that is simply because our fabric is delicate to us, right? We love our fabric, right? Our fabric is not cheap. It is not replaceable. And once you cut into your fabric, that's it. Ain't no turning back. So be careful when you cut into that damn fabric, okay? Be careful when you do that. All right, so with that being said, let me share the fabric that I'm using, the color. Now, before I share the color or the print, I want to ask you guys, do you guys think that I am using a solid or print? Let me know in a comment. Print or solid? What do you think? This is going to blow y'all's mind. Print or solid? Hey, Shim. Do you guys think I'm going to use a print this time or a actual solid? Rose Gold said solid. Okay. Oh, we got a couple of solids. I had a feeling people was going to say solid. Solid as a rock. Okay. All right. All right. Solid as a rock. I like it. All right. So everyone's right. I'm actually using a solid, but even though you guys are right as a solid, I was also thinking of using a print for my Bermuda shorts, right? I was thinking of using this print. I was originally going to use this for that Simplicity 3205 for the pants. And then I was like, you know what? Why do those pants in this print when I could do like a flannel in those pants? Because it's just like regular joggers, right? So I figured use this print as some Bermuda shorts, right? Because I have a solid. I'm going to show you the solid. One second, y'all. Here's the solid. Where's the dang solid? I just had it in a bag. Right here. All right. All right. So I have a solid. It's already cut. Mimi G, top. Okay. It's already cut. Hold on a second, y'all. I just noticed this other light is not on. I've been doing great without it. I'll turn it back off in just a second, but y'all see how this fabric matches so good? Wouldn't that be cool? Bermuda shorts and that top? Man. It's like McCall's 8632. And thank my daughter, baby girl. She found these buttons for my stash, right? To go along with the button-down shirt. So I think that's what I'm gonna do for those Bermuda shorts plus the top. I think that's what I'm gonna do. All right. Now, in terms of the color of the fabric, I'm not gonna have y'all guessing. I mean, this is not the guessing game. This is not show and tell like we're in second grade, okay? So I'm just gonna show you guys the fabric. Hey, Layla, thank you so much for coming into the live. Could you grab my drink? Everyone said hello to you, Layla.
Aloha.
Aloha, ¿cómo está?
That's Hawaiian.
I know. I just noticed that when I said, she said aloha, and I just started speaking Spanish. I'm sorry, Layla. He was like, that's Hawaiian. All right. Layla, everyone's saying hello to you. She said aloha, everyone, or hello, hola. Hola. But back to what I was saying. This is the fabric right here. This yummy hunter green. Layla, could you hit the light for me right quick? Because it's dark in here. It's a little dark. It's just easier when I'm doing the, yeah, hit that light so you could, yeah, there we go. So we're gonna do hunter green. And the reason why is because I have shared so many colors, and because I'm trying to get more colored suits, I figured instead of a boring color like your neutral colors, your black, your gray, your navy, blue, your beige, I figured I needed a bright, boom, in your face color, and that color is definitely gonna be this hunter green. Yes, so that's what we're gonna use. Layla, TT said hello.
Who?
TT. TT's on the live.
Cool.
Can you guys hear me? Did the sound go out? Are we good on sound? All right, so you guys, okay, so we good on sound. Thank you, Lady Angel. Girl, this was a, I think I got this shirt from Target. Like a $7 fine. Okay, good, good, good. Hey, Mo. All right, so you guys, it is time to actually get on over to the table and cut this pattern, but also tell you guys about Becky with the good hair. Now, should I cut and tell y'all, or should I tell y'all a little bit of the story first and then get to telling y'all? All right? But before I do that, let me, because I got a little bit of the text up on the slides first. I didn't get to put all of the text messaging up on the slide. So when I'm done sharing what I already kind of put up and go to the table, then I'll share part 4 on my phone, okay? And cut, all right? So Let's get on over to Becky with the good hair and the story. But first, let's talk about week 8 and 9. Like I told you, the next 2 weeks is constructing the garment. That's all you're going to do. And then on the 15th live, project number 3, I'm just going to come in and share the pattern that I'm going to be doing for my jacket. I have 2 patterns in mind. One is an older simplicity pattern, and then one is a new pattern that I'm going back and forth on to see which one I want to do. I will solidify that by next Friday. All right. And then come in on the 15th and share with you guys which one I'm going to end up doing. All right. All right. So let's go ahead. Let me share my screen so we could get on over to Becky with the good hair. So before we get into story time or tea time with Becky with the good hair, let me start off. I'm going to grab my phone, y'all. The last time we talked about part 2, I shared the video of the little boy, Bob, who we called Bob. That's not his real name. But for context, Bob hit my freaking car. You guys could go back to that video, and it's in that video called 6 Suits, 8 Months. Here's the plan, right? Bob hit my car with his bike. And then he said, beep, I hit somebody's car. And then just drove on off on his bike into the sunset, right? So, here we are, part 3. And part 3 is a week later. And here's me. And I'm actually putting the text up on the screen exactly like it is. The only thing that I'm not doing is telling you guys the name of the body shop and the actual lady's name. Everything else is as is written from the text message. All right. So I'll start off texting Becky with the good hair. And let me know if you guys can see this. All right. And I go, hey, Becky, basically, just to follow up on time frame of getting fixed, I am scheduling an appointment with the body shop, insert body shop name, this week to see how much it will cost to get fixed. I will let you know what they say. Thank you. Just nice and cordial, right? Nothing real bad. All right. So Becky comes back and she's like, I am waiting to hear back from a company. I'll follow up tomorrow. I'm like, what's the name of the company? So Becky goes, my friend that owns a company in Melbourne, mind you, Melbourne is a little over an hour and 10 minutes away from my house, right? Is out of town on a big project in South Carolina for the next month. I am waiting to hear back from another company. The name of the company is, insert the company's name, she told me, and she shared the location. I'm going to pause right here for a second because, first of all, what the hell does South Carolina have to do with me? And this person is going to be out of town for a month. You think I'm going to sit around for a month and wait for you to fix on my car because your friend is out of town in South Carolina? Well, your son hit my car like, at this point, 3 weeks. So you want me to wait? Absolutely not. But let's continue with the story. So I said, understood, as mentioned above, I'll let you know what the body shop says tomorrow. I would like to stay local to Orlando. So Becky comes back and she says, the place I sent is in St. Cloud. I will call again in the morning. I will let you know as soon as I hear from them. I said, understood, because I'm still trying to be cordial with this lady. But she gets interested further on in the story. Understood, as mentioned above, I'll let you know what the body shop says tomorrow. I would like to stay local to Orlando. Becky gets a little feisty with me in her text, and she says, it's only about 20 minutes without traffic. I'm sure a dealership will be much higher of a price. So in my head, I'm like, I don't give a SHIT what you think. This is my vehicle. This ain't yours. But I continue on being cordial, right? And I said, hey, sorry, just now getting back to your message, I took the SUV to insert name and mention and received the quote attached. Now, let me stop here. I took the vehicle to the body shop I told her I was going to take it to, and I got the quote, okay? And I gave her the quote, and the quote is $1,700, by the way. All right? Let's continue with what Becky says. Becky says, I have reached out to the place she wanted me to take it to, and they are able to give a quote when you take the car in. I said, okay. Once again, as mentioned, I'm staying local and will not be going to St. Cloud. She says, it's 13 miles away. And I said, okay. And I insert the body shop name that she gave me. Well, the body shop that I took it to. It's 9 miles away. In addition, they have done work on that particular vehicle before, and I trust their work. Becky gets even madder. Well, I understand that. I would like to get a second quote. $1,700 is excessive. We would like to ask for a second quote from a body shop. I know them and they do good work. If you're selling the car, that tiny scratch won't affect it. I just traded in my vehicle and they mentioned those don't matter, as I had a few scratches from parking in lots where someone opened the door on me. So, if I had high blood pressure, I would have a stroke listening to that. But I kept going. So I tell her, my husband just called, insert the company name that she gave me, right? And they told him they have to he called the company that we decided to go with, right? And they told him that they have to blend it into the hood and the door as well. He will take it there when he can. She said, okay, great. So then let me go up. He will get you a second quote. Since she was so adamant about the second quote, my husband, he has decided that he was going to give her a second quote. I'm like, I don't care what the heck this lady said. I'm not giving a second quote because I'm already inconvenienced because she hit the car, blah, 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 blah. And my husband's like, Lady Angel's like, she's already irritating me. Look, I'm with you. She already irritated me, but my husband, he is not one of those where it's like, I'm going to go back and forth with somebody. He's like a happy medium, right? So he's like, just get this girl a second quote and be done with it, right? So I text her back, right? I said, all right, look, he will get you the second quote. They are closed on the weekends and they close after he gets off of work. The only other option would be that I go through my insurance, show them the video, and you pay the deductible, which would still be over $1,000. Apparently, it's not a little scratch. It's costing $1,700. It's a deep scratch and very noticeable. So Becky comes back and she goes, I would like to get a second quote from a body shop. I will find another one if necessary. Okay. So I says, local to Orlando. The body shop that I gave her is a body shop, right? So Becky comes back and she says, I prefer to use the body shop that she gave me, right? But you said, which is me, you aren't able to take it due to your work hours. Let me pause here. Why in the hell would I take why would I take my PTO to take my vehicle to the place that you want me to take it to, that your son hit my damn vehicle? Like, what? That makes no sense. No, I'm not wasting my PTO to take it to a place that ain't open on the weekend and ain't open after I get off, to take it to a place that you reckon? Absolutely not. But let's continue. So she said, so I said, the lady said she will let us know if they stay late tomorrow for my husband to swing by. Many of y'all, okay, listen, I told you part 3 is hilarious, but part 4 is even better. Just keep going. All right. So I tell her, the lady said she will let us know if they stay late tomorrow for my husband to swing by. So Becky comes up with, okay, I'm sorry this happened, and I understand how frustrating it is. We are neighbors, so I want to make sure it's correct, but just want to make sure we have a reasonable quote. Okay. So I say, I understand. I want a reasonable quote, but I want it done right. No shortcuts. I have my husband handling getting in touch with the place that she wanted us to go to, right? All right. Tomorrow to see if they will stay later so he can swing by when he wraps up at 5 p.m. Woo! Granny, you didn't say nothing but a word, but we're gonna keep continuing. Judge Judy on the way, right? I'm liking how y'all noticing all of this, right? Okay. Because she stayed literally across the street from me, y'all. All right. So that was part 3. Now I'm gonna go to my cell phone to give y'all part 4. Because I'm telling you, this heifer is crazy. And by the way, part 4 is where the goody good get, right? It's part 4 and part 5. I stopped at part 5 because I'm no longer talking to this chick. All right. All right. That ending was after we talked about a reasonable quote. All right. So I'm going to give you date and time stamps. All right. So I tell her, after that reasonable quote, I tell her, I understand. I want a reasonable quote, but I want it to be done right. No shortcuts. I have my husband handling getting in touch with the company that she said tomorrow to see if they will stay later so he can swing by when he wraps up at 5 p.m. Now, that was April 1st, April Fool's Day, right? 2 weeks later, take that back. I saw her on a Friday. Let me see what date that was. Actually, I do know what day it was. Good Friday, by the way. Good Friday, which was like the 3rd of April. Yeah, it was like the 3rd of April. I seen her in person picking up my son at school. And I walk up to Becky. This is part 4. I walk up to Becky with the good hair. And I was like, hey, Becky. Of course, I didn't say Becky. I said her real name. Being nice. I was just like, hey, just want to follow up with you in regards to the car. And she's like, I'm sorry, who are you? I was just like, the car, like your son hit my car last month. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I was just like, oh, no worries. But I just wanted to follow up with you in regards to the company that you decided that you wanted us to go with. We have not been able to take it over there because they're not open after 5 and they have not been able to stay late. And it's been 2 weeks at this point. She was like, oh, okay, I could give them a call and follow up with you on Monday. Okay. Monday as in the 13th. So, I'm sorry. So that day would have been the 12th. She would have been the 10th. Is that the 10th? Yeah. April 10th is when I seen her. Not Good Friday. I'm sorry. Not Good Friday, the 10th of April. She was supposed to follow up with me April 13th. But she did not call. She did not text. She did not do anything, right? So I waited all week for this chick. We are now on April 17th. And I text her, hello, happy Friday. Following up with you as last time we spoke, last Friday, at the kids' school. You mentioned you were going to text me on Monday. I did not receive your text. I'll reach out to my insurance and make them aware of the situation. We'll go with insert the body shop I said that I was going to go with to not delay any further. She said, I'm sorry. I completely forgot I was out of town this week when I mentioned it. I got back last night. I can call the company that she wanted to go with and see if when they can see you. You said after 5, right? What day is best? I said, I already filed with insurance. and it's going to be a flat rate regardless of what company we go with. She said, what is the rate? I said, the deductible is $1,000. She said, can we try to buff it out? That's a lot for a scratch that was caused by a bicycle. And I said, I already contacted my insurance regarding the issue. It's not a small scratch that you buff out. How would you like to proceed with paying the deductible? So Becky says, I would like to see all the paperwork for it. And I did also ask to get another quote before going through insurance. I'm sorry I was out of town for work this week. Y'all, hold on. So I said, the only paperwork you will have is the company that I decided and the deductible of $1,000. You asked for a second quote, but over 2 weeks ago. The company that you said is not available after 5 p.m. You stated you would reach out to them this past Monday, but never followed up with me on that. I have reached out to you to communicate regarding this each time. It has been a little over a month since this has happened. So Becky says, as I said, I was out of town working. I did not know you hadn't heard from the place I provided you with until last week. I asked for a few quotes, but haven't received any from you. Okay. That's when Rochelle put on her grandmama panties at this point, because now you're ready to box. Okay, this is when Rochelle started getting a little rude. Yes, and I'm talking to you guys in third person at this point. So this is when I said, okay, I provided you with where I said we were going to go with $1,700, right? And she says, yes, but I requested another quote from an auto body shop. Everyone knows any dealership will charge triple the price. I want to see the paperwork for the deductible and a quote from an auto body shop that is reasonable. So I said, as mentioned before, I chose where I wanted to take it. We were willing to take it to the place you wanted, but they could not meet the 5 p.m. time, which I mentioned to you. No other place were mentioned, so I proceeded with next steps as I mentioned to you previously. So she says, Auto Body Shop Color Tech, which is another company that she gives me. They are open at 9 a.m. tomorrow. I spoke with somebody named John. He said he can see you tomorrow for a quote. He will be able to look at it and let me know if he is able to fix it. Then you can be able to cancel the claim through your insurance. So I said, Becky, no thank you. The claim is in and I'm not canceling the claim. She said, I'm requesting another quote. And I said, the other quote will be where my insurance tell me to take my vehicle. You'll get that quote. She said, again, I'm asking you to go to the body shop above before going with insurance. And I said, I'm telling you, I'm not doing that. I'm continuing with the claim that's already in and moving from there. It's already been delayed and I'm not delaying any further. I'll keep you updated on next steps. She said, I am requesting you get a quote outside of insurance. I will not be paying for a $1,000 deductible when you already said you're trading it in soon. I didn't know you were waiting for me to find a place. I don't know what your schedule is to make an appointment anywhere. I assume you were doing that. So I said, the only other quote is $1,700, which is the body shop I provided you with. Those are your two options at this point. If you don't want to pay the $1,000, we can do small claim court, which would be more money out of your pocket. It's not about me trading it. It's about fixing it in the condition it was in before your son hit my damn vehicle. You wanted to find a place. I told you where I was going. I'm not changing from where I get all my service done. I told you that. We tried going with the place you wanted to, but they are not available after 5. I'm not waiting any longer, so I took a different route. She said, I would like another quote outside of the place you provided and outside of insurance. I said, I'm sorry, Becky. That's not going to happen on my end. You could try something else. I'm not going back and forth with you like R. Kelly and Aaliyah, or I'm not taking another risk with you. She said, I asked for a few quotes from you before moving forward. I am requesting another quote outside of the place you provided and outside of insurance. I said, Read above, case closed, not repeating it. She said, so to be clear, you're threatening to take me to court, so I get to choose where the hell I want to take it. I put in a claim to get it fixed. You stated you are refusing to pay $1,700 to the place I decided and $1,000 for my deductible. I never threatened you at all. I said we can go to small claims court if you refuse to pay. And since you said you weren't, I do not have to use who the hell you provided. The reasonable quote are the two I gave you. You can decide which one works for you. If either one do not, we can seek other options. Goodbye. And she said, the next day, are you able to take the car to the place above for a quote from an auto body shop today? They are there from 9 to 12. And that's when I just no longer replied. Because she's sitting right next to P. Diddy and R. Kelly, sitting right next into the cell, right next to each other. That's why we can't find a baby oil. I'm not going back and forth with this girl. Nah, case closed. That is the end of it, simply because insurance taken over at that point. But wasn't that a good ass story, y'all? Like, this chick is crazy. I told you it was gonna be so damn good. I told you. Listen. This girl was so busy trying to pay like $200. She even asked me, can we buff it out? Can we put paint on it? She trying to give me Young Dro ice cream paint job. Is she serious? Lady, I didn't came to your house twice. You should know that you gonna have to come better than that. Better than that. I said I want a second. Well, hell, I said I wanted $1 million, and that still ain't happened. I didn't hit no Baldi's damn lottery. What the hell is wrong with you? All right, but anyway, y'all. Let's go ahead and cut this dang fabric, y'all. So I want to say, for those who said, just let insurance deal with it the first time when I said, should I knock on this lady's door? Y'all my real MVPs, because I should have just let insurance deal with it from the get-go. But I had to knock on this lady's door to get her number, because once I got the number, insurance was going to be involved after. Because when I walked up to this lady's door, she looked like she was red as heck. She looked like she'd been tanning all day in the hot sun. For real, for real. Sis, Becky, like sis, you already know how. Look, I learned how to be cordial with people. And that text, sis, you know how the hub is. Take your emotions out and just text. Hey, I had to be non-emotional in the text, and I had to put the PM hat on. No, take the emotions out and just text. All right, y'all. It is time to cut this fabric. I figured I'd give you guys some laughter for a second. Oh, I have not heard that one in a hot minute, Lady Angel. My grandmama used to say that. She done cooked her noggin. Oh, look. From the day it happened, which was March the 18th, all the way up to, what day was that? I did not file with my insurance until April 17th. She had a whole month, and she kept trying to stall. And I got tired of this half of stalling. She kept trying to stall, I guess until her friend from South Carolina got back. I was like, I know this heifer ain't trying to stall. We ain't stalling nothing around here. We trying to get stuff done. So she ran into a wall. This lady crazy. I told y'all I had a good story for you guys. At first, listen, at first, I wasn't going to tell y'all the story, right? And my husband was like, tell him the story. I think it would be funny. And I was like, all right, let me just tell him the part one to the story. And when you guys said that y'all really wanted to know part two, I was like, I guess I'll tell him the story. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get over to the cutting table and cut this fabric. Get installed. Oh my goodness. Let's cut this fabric for this pattern. McCall's 8632. Now, I cut pretty darn fast. I'm going to go ahead and get my utensils to cut. I'm not going to use the electric scissors today, only because it's loud than all outdoors with the electric scissors. I know many of you guys have asked me, where did I get my electric scissors? And I didn't, let me be honest. I'm not going to say I'm going to say tech support. He purchased them for, it's either Christmas or birthday or Mother's Day. I don't know which gift it was. It was one of those gifts. I want to say all the appliances in here, I didn't purchase anything other than like the threads, the patterns. I purchased those things, but the hub is normally the person who purchased like the tables, the machines, things like this. He purchased it. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, he purchased this cordless electric scissors because it was on my wish list for birthday, Christmas. I don't know which one it was, but I think it was Amazon. I think I'll ask the hub. But I think it was Amazon, and this is the one. It's the Pink Power cordless electric scissors. It comes with about, I think, 4 different blades. I think 2 of them's fabric, one's for like carpet, and then 1 blade is for cardboard. One's cardboard, 1 metal, and I think 2's for fabric or paper or something like that. Paper, fabric, metal, cardboard, I believe is what it is. Oh, it's right here. It tells you right here what it's good for. Cardboard, leather, plastic, metal, fabric, paper, and more. So it tells you on the box. And yes, I keep my box, but I do not keep my scissors in there. And it comes in a case. So just to kind of, now I did buy some extra blades. And it comes in like, kind of like this. It's super good, and y'all know I'm a little OCD. So my OCD self actually have them labeled where it actually says fabric on them. And then one of them will say, like this one right here, it doesn't say anything on it because I would use that to cut like leather or something like that. But yeah, I'm not going to use it today because it's loud. But I just wanted to share that with you guys because I know someone asked me about my electric scissors and where do I get them from. Also want to mention that today is the first day of Me Made May. I am wearing a Me Made today, and that Me Made are my pants that I have on right here. Simplicity 8177 Mimi G's pattern that I made. I think I'm just gonna do a weekly post what I made for what I wore for Me Made May. Me Made May, you do not have to wear anything new. It's just something that you have made over the years and you just post what you wore. It's basically wearing the things that you have made for 31 days. Cool. All right, so let's go on over to my cutting table. Switch on over to my cutting table so I could cut this pattern and we just go socialize. All right. All right, so let me switch on over to my table so I can get started with cutting out these pants. All right. And also, I can also tell you guys what's coming up on the channel as well, because I know you guys are dying to know. Like, Rochelle, what else are you making? Rochelle's making a lot over here. I got a lot going on in the sewing room. And yes, I'm going to take you guys to the top-down view. All right. All right. So we have the top-down view. Let me move this muslin out of the way. Move this light over here so I can see. There we go. All right. This green is so good, you guys. I think I picked up 5 yards of this fabric to have enough for the pants as well as the jacket that I'm going to make. All right, what are we what are we working on this weekend? Because this weekend is going to be in the lab all weekend sewing, because after this project, I have to start working on my collaboration that I have with a company. I have to work on that. I also have to sew up a dress for my daughter to finish out her capsule. I have that to work on. I have a lot of taping of patterns to do tomorrow. And when I say taping, it's because there's some sew-alongs for this month that I slotted for myself to give you guys a couple of sew-alongs this month. One will be a free mood pattern. So be prepared to go and download, I'm going to just tell you, a mood pattern. I won't share it just yet, but be prepared to download the pattern pretty soon. When I announce what pattern it is, I'll give you guys enough time to go download it and tape it together and all that good stuff. If you have not done so already, I will share that, I believe, next week, what pattern that would be. Yeah, tomorrow I'm taping, I believe, 2 patterns. 3 patterns. And I think this month alone, I have 3 sew-alongs. 3 or 4 sew-alongs that I'm going to be doing. So wish my wardrobe, I don't know why. It's my favorite color, but I just felt like I needed a green. And I wore Simplicity 99.55 yesterday to work, which was, you could, if you look up the pattern, 99.55, Simplicity 99.55. I wore those pants to work. Oh snap, what did I do with my buttons? Oh well, I'll find it in just a moment. I wore those pants to work yesterday, and I need to make another pair of those pants. Those are hunter green pants. And I decided, I was just like, you know what? Hunter green bottoms look really good on me. So I thought, well, you know what? I need another pair of hunter green pants. And I was glad that this pattern that I'm doing right now is hunter green as well. All right, so first things first, I'm hoping you guys could see this. I'm going to bring it up so you guys can. This is the download layout if you are doing PDF. So one thing I want to mention about this download layout, it does not go across. Simplicity patterns do not go across like most indie patterns, okay? They normally go across. Simplicity goes down. So when you are taping your patterns together for Simplicity or the Big 5, You are going to be taping going down, down, all right, instead of across. So I do want to mention that. I know somebody asked me about that while I was taping my last pattern together. So I do want to mention that. You're going to be going down instead of across, all right? All right, so let's go ahead and cut out this pattern in fabric. $99.55 is so good, y'all. So good. There is a sew along that I did on the channel. I think it was last year, as a matter of fact. I think I did it last year during Christmas, Vlogmas. If it wasn't last year, it was 2024. Actually, I think it was 2024. It was either last year or the year before for Vlogmas. All right, so let me grab the first pattern piece. I'm going to cut out my main leg pattern pieces first. All right, so if you look layout right here, all right, so that's the layout that I'm going to be following for mine. And I'm going to try to cut to where you guys can see it. Make sure you transfer all your markings, your knots, your dots, your dart, all of that stuff. Make sure you transfer all of those markings as well when you're cutting out your fabric. All right, so my question to you guys is, if that situation happened to you guys, right, with Miss Becky with the good hair, what would you have done? Would you have been as patient as I was, right? Would you have talked as nice as I did to little Miss Becky with the good hair? Well, I know many of you guys would have been like, girl, I would have just cussed her happy tail out and been done with it. Ah. Donzel, thank you. Thank you. Those black dresses, baby. One of them getting worn next week. Oh! One of them go get worn next week. Now, I did not do a lot of styling with the black dresses, Donzel, because I took those photos with the sun going down, which is that's bad business, taking photos with the sun going down. I took those photos literally at 8 o'clock at night, right after work. There was no sun, and I had to do the best that I could because I was taking it on a Saturday and had to edit the video and post the video the next day. That's how busy your girl was, to get that video up and ready for Anna Louisa. They don't play when the due date is, and I stayed up that night editing the video, and it took literally 2 hours to edit that 40-something minute video. It was a little torture, but when I commit to something to do, I don't care how long it takes me. It's just I have to deliver because your word is bond. You know what I mean? So, hey, I just had to deliver. Especially when you have a sponsorship and you tell them that you're going to have something done on a certain date. I mean, like, you can't do nothing but to do it. Okay, Donzel with me. She's like, I'll be patient. Listen, it's called patient, but not stupid. You know what I mean? Don't be stupid for her. I'm like, I'm not going to be stupid for you. I'll be patient with you. But I'm going to document. I'm going to document everything. That's the classic way of doing it. We just go document and keep. Are you threatening me? Now, let me be very clear. I ain't threatening you at all, Miss Pooh Lady. I couldn't even stop laughing when she said that I was threatening her. I couldn't stop laughing. My husband was like, stop laughing. I was like, this is hilarious, man. This is hilarious. He was like, stop laughing, though. I was like, stop laughing. Do you not see this craziness? Stop laughing. You can't be serious. He wanted to low-key laugh, but he wanted to get on to me about laughing. Come on now. You can't be serious. And with every text, I just laughed more and more to keep from getting upset. Like, what? Oh my goodness. What a story. All right. And then size 20 over here. We go cut that. All right, so this weekend I made it. So what I do this normally on Mondays, y'all. I figure out my entire week of like, on Mondays is normally my filming day. And when I say my filming day, just kind of like how walking you guys through my week, what it looks like. On Mondays, I do my filming. Now, do I film 2-3 videos on Mondays? Heck to the nah. I would be tired of talking. The most videos I will film in one day is 2. I can't film 3 and 4 videos in a day because I would get tired of talking. That's my max of like batch doing videos. I know some people who could do 3 and 4 videos in a day. I wouldn't say I can't do it. I can do it. It's just I don't want to do it. Oh yeah, Lady Angel. Girl, I know that to be true. Make me look like an aggressor, but she just could not get a big rise out of me. I was just the nice nasty. It's just the nice nasty. My profession is dealing with the passive aggressive people every single day. And when you deal with passive aggressive people every single day, and you got to look at it and be like, if I was outside of this building, and you know what the eye blinks mean? Hold on, let me show you that eye blink. If I was outside of that building, okay, there we go. Let's continue. You know what that eye blink means? Yeah. That eye blink says it all. Yeah. Yep. Be like, she's so aggressive. No. But it's just basically just setting those boundaries. It's a lesson in setting boundaries. All right, so I am going to mark my darts on this leg. I'm going to turn this over and put this pattern piece on here. Match it up and mark my darts here. And then mark my dart right there. And then all I'm going to do is label this pattern piece number 6 to the back. Now I will be working on this next week, not this weekend, but next week to get this completely done. before the due date. And a little bit each day goes a long ways. But because I want to make my Bermuda shorts and these pants at the same time, something's telling me to kind of switch the pair of pants, the Bermuda short pattern. And here's the reason why, you guys. Because I need something green. And before this live is over, I'm going to share the other green fabric because I need to keep my serger thread the same, not to have to change out my serger thread. Because look, I only got 2 weeks. I only have 2 weeks. So we need to do something where I can keep my serger thread the same. But I have another fabric in mind. I'm going to share it with you guys on the screen so you guys can see that. All right, so I have pattern piece 6 completely done. All right, so next up, let me get the fabric back up on this table. All right. Now, I'm all about not wasting fabric at all. Hold on. Something fell. Some stuff fell over here. To keep things from falling, we're going to go ahead and cut out these pieces because I have all of this right here. That's cut too. Now, I know some people follow the layout to the T, but I'm not going to waste any fabric. Oh, I hate changing serger thread. That's the worst. So rose gold on the Will My car insurance go up? So that's what I'm going to be looking at when it comes time for renewal. Because if they try that crap with me and I have USAA, y'all, I'm going to be like, why my insurance go up? I'm going to definitely ask. And if they try that raising my insurance for filing a claim that was not my fault, oh yeah, baby, we go drop USAA because they tried that. Oh, I was finna say something. I caught myself. They tried that ish with me before. And yeah, I will straight up drop USAA like a bad habit. Like we have not been together for the last 25-ish years, okay? Yeah, I've been with USAA for 25 years. And we could drop you like a bad habit. Like we could divorce each other at this point. I will divorce the home insurance. I will divorce you. Like, we have never had a relationship, okay? It could be the ground zero of the World Trade Center. Let's stop playing. It won't be no more USA. Dun, 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 dun. Y'all know that little jingle that they do on the TV? USAA. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All right. Ain't nothing so refreshing of cutting out a pattern with a rotary cutter. For those of you guys who are team cut it out with some scissors, I'm sorry. Me and scissors, we divorced back in like 2019, I want to say. I'm going to say I think we divorced back during COVID. I'm not going to even lie. I think that's when cutting things out with scissors and we divorced. We just never got back together. I think I'm completely team rotary cutter at this point. What did I do with all my pins? Oop, there we go. Very easy. Much easier. Yes. So Lady Angel, that's exactly what they told me, subrogation. And I don't know how that whole subrogation goes. They kind of like explained the whole situation to me or whatever. But yeah, that's what it's going through. So that's why I refuse to talk to this lady at this point. It's like, I'll try to handle it with you and not have to go through it, but you made it so difficult. But don't they, during subrogation, don't she have to pay the subrogation fee? She got to pay deductibles. Like, she's going to be out of more money than just paying $1,700. Isn't that how it works, Lady Angel? Bomb cherry juice. I'm making a pair of flared. It's like 1970s, if you ask me. Flared leg pants. So Lady Angel, how does it, because I thought that's what they do. They pretty much go after her insurance, all of that stuff, because I mean, they asked to get like a couple of photos or whatever of the car, all of that stuff or whatever. And I got the information that they asked for of me. So I figured that that's what they was going to do. All right, this is pattern piece number 2. And it seemed, you know what, you guys, it seemed like a lot of pattern pieces, but it's not a lot. It's really not. Thank you, Bomb Cherry. Thank you so much, girl. Oh, Lady Angel, girl. That's why all the text messaging, girl, I screenshot everything. So that's why when she was, look, she didn't think about when she gave me her phone number. When she gave me her phone number, when I went over to the house, and look, my neighborhood is so quiet. And when I asked people in the neighborhood, I was just like, hey, you know this kid? They did not hesitate to tell me the house that the little boy stayed in. I was just like, oh, they must not like this kid. The mama must be ruthless. Because Cause Lord, they was like, yeah, I'll take you to the house. I was just like, well, dang, okay, I'll follow behind you. You take the lead, man. See that just tells me something right there. If people is willing to take you to somebody's house when your kid done something, man, yeah. And then, oh, I forgot to tell y'all this part. Then, like 2 days after the event, I didn't play this part. I forgot to play this part in the video. He was showing his buddy, like 2 days later, how he hit the car. And it was like he was bragging, like, hey, man, I hit this car. He comes back over to my house, right? And they circling the SUV or whatever. And of course, the camera's picking him up. So I go over to his house and the little boy that he bought over to my house. Knock on the door. Hey, you know your son? He back over on my campground showing his friend like the car. Oh, I'm so sorry. He's really sorry about what he did. I said, oh, is he? I said, it's enough that he already, hit the car, but to show your friend, is he really sorry? I said, could you just keep him on this side? I mean, just keep him on this side. And she was like, yeah, I'll keep him on this side. And in my head, I'm like, you bitch. But that's people for you, man. People for you. Man. I was like, this kid, man. Oh yeah. The camera's all over these two kids. I was just like, man. And the bad thing about it is these are not freaking teenagers that have no care in the world. This is like, my son is older than this kid. I think my son said the boy is like 3rd grade. But this kid is bigger than my son, and my son is 10. I thought this kid was like a 5th grader. This kid is like a 3rd grader. Yes. Which is crazy and wow. I'm like, what's in the food that these kids be eating nowadays? He a big boy. What? Y'all seen the video? Y'all can see how big this kid is. But the way Dad made him come in part 2, how Dad was like, hey, Bob, come here. You hit these people's car? And he was like, huh? That weird, huh? I was like, you hit these people's car? No. Ma'am, where do you live? I stay right over there. You know where the green SUV is? Right over there. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't know I don't remember damaging your car. It took everything in me, y'all, not to laugh in front of this little kid's face when he said it. Because I was like, oh, shit, you really don't remember like 2 days ago? Oh, wow. And, of course, tech support was with me. And when we walked off, we both was laughing like we seen no tomorrow with the, oh, yeah. We must have played the video. My husband and I, we have no shame, right? We played the damn video like 5 times before we even went across the street to the lady's house. Yo, tech support and I, we played the dang video like 5 times, laughing on the floor like kids. We kept laughing. We kept laughing at the part when he kept saying, I hit somebody's car. That part was the most funniest part. We kept cracking up at that part. I was like, how in the world you hit somebody's car and literally admit that you hit it? Like, that part was like the killer right there. I was like, did he just literally just confirm that he hit somebody's car? Oh my goodness. Like, my kid would never confirm. They would hit and just keep on rolling like ain't nothing happened. But to confirm it, oh my goodness. What kind of kid are you? I was dying. I was dying. And of course we found the kid's house like real quick. Our neighbors was not finna let that slide. It was like, yeah, I'll take you to the kid's house. And Dad wanted no smoke. He was just like, hey, Becky, come here. Hold on 1 second, ma'am. Hey, Becky. He went in La La Land and let Miss Becky handle the situation by herself. I was just like, well, dang, he let Miss Becky handle it. And then tech support had no shame. Hey, is this your son? And put his phone straight up in this man's face. Yo, is this your son? I was looking at tech support like, really? All up in the man's face? He was like, hey, I just wanted to make sure we didn't get it incorrect. I was like, why you got the phone in the man's face like you the popos? Oh my God, tech support, I acting like popos. Hey, look, my kids is not gonna admit nothing. I mean, you pretty much gotta have them on the podium to tell the truth. Well, see, here's the thing. I tell them not to lie. Lying is not good, but just completely telling on yourself when not asked, nah. I'm not finna confirm or deny. You ask me, that's one thing, but just to completely come in the house and snitch on yourself, nah. I'm finna get away with murder until you ask me. I'm just not gonna come in and incriminate myself. Nah, We're not doing that. Oh, yeah, tech support completely got straight to business. Ding dong! Dude comes to the door in 2 seconds. Hey, man, is this your son? Boom, with the phone. And I go over there telling them, hey, if they answer the door, this is what we go say. Okay, yeah, cool. We get over there, all of that prep talk went out the door. I mean, out the window. I'm looking at him like, oh, that's not what you said you was going to say. He was like, hey, I'm just getting down to business. Y'all got to love tech support, man. Y'all got to love tech support. Y'all got to love tech support. So tech support was not playing with this man. Yo, it's just boom. Oh, my goodness. And I like the part when tech support was like, so, I don't know how you want to handle this, but how you want to get this fixed? It reminded me of the Mad TV skit when old dude was like, so, can I get your number? Can I get your number? Could I have it? Could I have it? Can I get those 7 digits that comprise your number? Could I have it? Could I have it? That's what tech support remind me of when he was sitting over there talking about, so, I don't know how you want to deal with it, but it got to get paid. It got to get fixed. And the dude looked like he was scared. Becky come outside looking like she been tanning for the last 5 days. You know, like the last damn week. But nah, she was red. read all outdoors. I was like, she been outside for the last 14 hours. I don't know how long she been outside, but she been outside for the whole day probably. Yeah. Yeah. Tom and Jerry's kids. Oh my goodness. Oh, and my husband told me how bad I did a bad job trying to blur out the little kid's face. I said, well, I did the best I could. Just like the little engine that could. He thought he missed, but he missed, but he didn't. He didn't miss that car. Boom. So I didn't miss his face. No, I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. Don't mind me. I'm just playing. All right. It doesn't even seem like I didn't cut up almost every last pattern piece while I'm talking here. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it seemed like a lot of pattern pieces, but as you talk and just chill and vibe, it just seems like it's not that many pattern pieces. Like, literally, I only have like 2-3 pattern pieces left to cut, and that's it. Man, I tell you, it goes by really fast when you just talk and chill. But most of the time when I'm cutting my pattern pieces, I either have the TV going, watching someone on YouTube, or I'm watching a TV show. It's always great to do that. Watch a TV show. Or if you have a sew sister or a sewing buddy, it's always good to do that too. But yeah. And this is pattern piece number 8. So I was thinking, tell me what you guys think. I need to make more bottoms. Yes, YouTube does have that skit, Can I Have Your Number? And it's a female that actually does that skit. Someone thought it was a male that does that skit. It's actually a female that does that skit. And she does it very, very good. Very, very well. But what I was going to say is that I literally am thinking of sewing a few different patterns for pants because I was going through my closet. And yes, I do have pants, right? But a lot of them I don't fit because of course, the weight change, right? So I need a new pair of pants. And it's always great to sew your own that you know is going to fit versus always have to put a belt on, right? Or they're just way too freaking big. So I'm thinking of sewing a couple of pair of pants. I haven't thought of the number of pair of pants that I want to sew up, but I want to sew a good number, of course. There's 31 days in a year. 31 days in a year. I hope not 31 days in a year. I would be old as hell now. But 31 days in a month. I'll probably do this over a course of a month. I don't know if I want to do 6. I don't know if I want to do it in the course of a ember. And when I say ember, over a course of 3 months, October, November, December time frame. I don't know if I want to do it towards the end of the year as like the end of the year, like a, what do you call it? Vlogmas. I don't know just yet how I want to do it yet, but I'm thinking of doing something where I'm sewing up a few patterns in different brands. I'm saying Butterick, Vogue, McCall's, Simplicity, Know Me, 1 or 2 indie patterns, and then 1 or 2 free patterns like a mood to get in a variety of patterns. Don't know if I want to sew 10, don't know if I want to sew 12, don't know yet. Just thinking of some ideas at this point, okay? But I'll keep you posted on what I decide on this sewing up some pants. I may do it towards the summer, I may do it towards the end of the year, but something that I'm thinking of. So if you have a pattern that you would like to see for right now in the big 5 or a mood pattern, let me know. You could put it in the comment, yes, not the chat, in the comment after this live is over, so I could actually see it, because sometimes after the live is over, it's hard to see like the chat or chat replay, I guess is what you could call it. So just make a note of what I said and then just put it in the comment after this video is over. Or this live, I should say, is over. Then just put it in a comment. But I think I'll make a community tab post about it. Then you can comment on it. All right. It looks like I have this pattern piece and pattern piece number 1. And that's it for sewing up this pattern. Isn't that something? Isn't that fun? It didn't even take that long. Not to cut. I think most of the time was just spent talking about Becky with the good hair. And right after I cut this in this live, I'm gonna be cutting up another pattern anyway. I'm just cutting a pattern because I already taped it. And then I'm going to break down this live and put up my GoPro because I have some filming to do all day tomorrow. Lots of filming. Your girl be filming like crazy for upcoming projects. Tomorrow is a heavy film day. So, got to get ready for that. All right. And then turn it over. Someone was telling me, y'all know that movie Lion King? I don't know who told me this. It was probably tech support. That, you know that part in the Lion King when it was like, it's a part in there when they say, oh my God, there's a lion. There's a lion, oh my gosh. Yeah. There's a part, I was like, they say what? And he was like, they say, there's a lion, oh my gosh. I was like, that's what they say? I was like, yeah, that's it. I was like, what? I thought it was the funniest part ever, simply because it doesn't sound like that's what they're saying. It sounds like they're saying something else. But, of course, you know, I don't speak any language. So, it is what it is. All right, so the last pattern piece I have to cut is pattern piece, of course, number 1, which is our front, which is also where your fly front lies. So, and it seemed like I have a crap load of fabric left, which would be for my jacket. And like I mentioned, if I have, it looks like I'm gonna have a crap load of fabric left, so I should be able to cut that belt looking situation out as well and do a sew along for that, which is going to be a separate sew along away from this pattern. All right, so we go make sure that we get that taken care of too. All right, so I'm gonna scoot this way so you can kind of see. They're suing who? Who's getting sued? The person who actually said that? All right, last piece and make it count. Now, one thing I will mention, what I did not account for is how long these pants is going to be. I did not measure to see how long these pants are going to be. So I may instantly regret if it's going to be too long. Now, one thing I will say is it doesn't look like it's going to be too short. Because most of these patterns are drafted for a woman that's 5'6", and I am a woman that is 5'6" tall. So I would say it is my size, or my height, I should say. Not my size, but my height. It is definitely my height. I am 5'6" and 1/4, barely 5'6", right? I am 5'6" tall. With tennis shoes on. Now with heels on, that's a little different. We could get up to, you know, between 5'9", because the lowest heel I'm going to wear is 3. The lowest heel and the highest heel is probably going to be about a 5. All right, we go fold up this green fabric real quick to get it out of my way and put it away for when it's time to sew up or cut, I should say, the jacket. So I'm going to put it back in my bin. All right, so that's good. And let me grab my hip curve ruler. I'm going to need that. All right. And then what? Y'all go stop my flow. And then what? I'm go stop some more. And then what? Hold on, let me make sure it is not popping up down here. All right. All right, I am finally done with my rotary cutter. One more project before I switch out my blade. Yes, I believe that there will be enough fabric for that belt looking thing on the pattern. I think it would be enough fabric for it. Because I didn't notice that this fabric is actually wide at 59 inches. So with that being said, it should be more than enough fabric left for it. See, all that tape. Can't even poke through the tape. I'm just joking. Be mindful of that when you put tape around your projects. It may hold, but you got to be able to get through to make some dots. All right. I want to be able to see your dots too. All right. We got that. And now I'm going to mark my fly front line. Now I'm not going to mark this line just yet because one is for the right side, one is for the left side. So I'm just going to take this off, the meat and potatoes. All right. So after I take this off, I'm going to label this pattern piece number 1. Label the back pattern piece number 1. Turn this over and label. mark the dots, I should say. Mark the dots for pattern piece number 1 on this side. All right, so after I do that, now what I'm going to do, this is where you have to notice which side is your left and your right. When looking at it, your right side becomes your left and your left side becomes your right. You just have to invert it of what you're looking at. Looking at it, whatever you're looking at on your right side becomes your left side, and whatever you're looking at on your left side becomes your right side. So this is my left side, this is my right side. All right, it's weird how you have to do it, but that's how it goes, okay? So because this is my right side, I'm going to follow this curve, all right? So this is my curve. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to trace out everything that as much as I possibly can with this dot situation, this line. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my tracing wheel and I'm gonna trace that line with my tracing wheel. After I trace it with the tracing wheel, then I go in with my white chalk pencil and then just kind of perfect the line based off of your tracing wheel. And there you go. All right, that's that side. Now on the other side, you have a line from this top to this one. So you're gonna do it on this side. So all I'm gonna do is turn it over to this side. Move everything off to the side. And all I'm gonna do is line it up. I'm gonna turn it this way so it's not trying to slide off the table. Line everything up. And you could pretty much do the same thing if you knew where everything was, but we don't. All right, so top and bottom, just like that. And then all I'm gonna do is take my ruler, right, and basically make a straight line. So I'm gonna make a straight line from here to there, just like that. All right. Now I have nope, I have not transferred all my dots and my notches. Okay, so now I'm gonna get my dots transferred to where I can see it on this side of my fabric. Right, and then I'm gonna do the other side so I can see it on this side, and that will be it. And that's it. And we have this just like that. Bam. And this is gonna be so cute. I can't help myself, y'all. I cannot help myself. I can't help myself. I love this pattern and nothing else. Sugar pie, honey bun. You know that I love you. I can't help myself. I love this pattern and nothing else. Let me stop, y'all. You're like, Rochelle, you need to stop. Stop while you ahead. I know, look, y'all ain't got to tell me. I already know. I already know, honey. All right, so you guys, I'm finna switch back to the cutting table because I didn't drop a remote and everything. All right, so let me pick this up and then I'm gonna switch back to the sewing table because we are officially done cutting now. I don't know what I did with the, I'll find it in just a moment. All right. But before I do that, let me kind of recap everything for you before getting back over to. All right, so this is everything that I cut, pattern piece 1 through 9. So just to check all the pattern pieces. Now you guys know I do not cut interfacing until it's that time to literally sew. So I do not cut the interfacing until I'm ready to sew. So just to recap all the pieces to make sure I have all the pieces cut out, I need pattern piece 1 through 9. So I cut out 2 of pattern piece number 1, the front. And I cut out 2 of pattern piece number 6, the back. Now to look for pattern piece number 2, I have 2 of that for the pocket lining. I cut out 2 of side front and pocket. Pattern piece number 4, which is the fly, the right fly facing, cut 1, I did that. I cut 1 of the left fly. I cut 2 of the right front. I cut 2 of the, no I did not, yes I did, 2 of the left front waistband. And then I need to cut 1 more, and that's why you always check. I need to cut 1 more of the back waistband. So I need to do that because I did the same thing when it was the, what do you call it? When I did the muslin, I did the exact same thing and did not cut 2. So I need to do that for pattern piece number 9. That's why you always want to check and make sure that you cut the right amount of pieces. So I need to get my fabric back out and cut 1 more of the back pattern piece. And I'll do that just momentarily. I want to make sure that I put the pieces in the project bag with no issues. All right, so I'm going to put pattern piece number 6 in here. Pattern piece number 1. I'm going to cut another pattern piece number 9 real quick. And it's going to be right here on the fold, just like this. Maybe some Temptations. So my girl, that's my girl right there. I'm telling you. Or just my imagination. Which one? Which one you want? It was just my imagination that that boy hit my car. Which one you want? You can't do nothing with me, Otis. It's David. I'm David. It's Ruffin. David Ruffin in Temptation. I love that movie, y'all. I love that movie. You know what? I remember the first time I let my daughter watch that movie. She was like, David is crazy. I was like, I know, baby. David is wild and crazy. All right, so I have the second one cut. Yeah, ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Everybody come to see me. This is David. And then Kendrick. Oh, man. Because, you know, Papa was a Rolling Stone now. Wherever he laid his head was his home. Now watch, this weekend everybody go play every single song that I literally said on this live. You'll be like, Rochelle went from the 2000s to the 90s to the 80s to the 70s. Like, this girl was all over the place with this live. I'm telling you, you never know what you're going to get on these lives. All right, so I'm going to fold up this green. This green is so good. I love this color. I'm glad that I ordered it. I'm so serious. No shade. No shade. All right, so we're going to fold this back up just like this. Put this back in the bin. My fabric bin with all the rest of the colored fabric. All right. Now I'm going to put these pieces in this project bag to keep it and put it back on my tray of projects that needs to get handled. And these project bags are from Amazon. That's where these project bags are from. All right. Okay. Now I am officially done cutting. Once again, McCall's 8632. So good. You guys have seen that muslin, so you guys already know it's going to sew up very well for this green. So just wait to see how it turns out, y'all. All right, you guys. Y'all already know that we are coming to the end of this live. I hate to see y'all go because y'all know we have so much fun on these lives. But unfortunately, we can't be here all night, y'all. Y'all already know we can't be here all night, right? So, so you guys already know, next live, just to tell you guys, next live is going to be May the 15th. In that live, I'm coming in probably a little less than an hour, probably about 30 to 45 minutes. In that live, I'm just going to share pretty much the pattern that I am going to be sewing up, I think in that live is going to be pretty much just kind of sharing the pattern that I'm going to be using for the jacket. I'm either going to do the jacket or the bias cut skirt, one or the other. It just depends on how chaotic my schedule is going to be the rest of this month, because y'all, it's been crazy of a month for sure. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing the rest of this month. But I enjoyed everyone who came out to see me today. I hope you guys enjoyed Becky with the Good Hair story. It was a lot. It was a lot, but I'm glad that you guys stuck around with me as I told about Becky with the good hair in that car situation. If there's anything else that unfolds with the car situation, I will let you guys know. But until next time, enjoy you guys' weekend, because it is a big sewing weekend in the sewing studio with a lot of taping patterns, cutting patterns, getting them prepped for the entire month of May. So you guys may see a lot of stuff coming this month for the month of May. So stay tuned for that. Until next time, I'm going to hit y'all with that outro music, and I will catch you guys in the next live, May 15th, in another 2 weeks for what's coming up for project number 3. And don't forget that this project number 2, is due May 15th, 16th, or 17th. Choose whatever day that you want between May 15th, 16th, and 17th. You can post to Instagram, you can post to YouTube, you can post to Facebook. Just make sure that you tag me in your post so I can reshare in stories. All right? Well, you guys have a good night, and I will catch you guys in the next one. And you guys can watch the out screen. Talk to you guys soon. Have a good night. Peace.
They hate like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah, they hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, yeah. I had to elevate. I'm way up, way too fly, yeah, I'm feeling myself. Ain't no chance I'm coming down, no. Got a soul view to myself, yeah. Why would I give it up? Why do they wanna come take my place? I work too hard for it, don't need a replacement. This my vocation, now I got rollies all in rotation. Hop on a jet just to take a vacation. Remember the moments was trapped in the basement. Now the hard work is all taking me places. Squatting all black like we trapped in the matrix. Bet on myself and go ball out in Vegas. Living a life like I'm rich and I'm famous. Don't see the grind that I know that it came with. I ain't make it this far for myself, yeah. I had to prove to everybody else, I had to set them straight, yeah. I had to ball, so I had to renovate, I know. They hate when you elevate. They stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah. I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate.